Okay, we go to the 5 transporting points. Ying-Spring points, bladder 66, foot connecting valley. Location, at the lateral border of the foot in the depression distal to the metatarsophalangeal joint of the little toe. How to find? When palpating along the border of the red and white skin on the lateral aspect of the foot at approximately the midpoint of the length of the foot, a clearly defined bony structure can be felt. This is the tuberosity of the fifth metatarsal bone. Distal to it, towards the toes, you can feel a further prominent bony structure, the head of the fifth metatarsal bone, or the fifth metatarsophalangeal joint. Bladder 66 is located directly distal to it. In the depression at the junction of the base and the shaft of the proximal phalanx of the little toe. Bladder 65 is located proximal to the head of the fifth metatarsal bone. Spleen 2 is located in a comparable position on the medial aspect of the foot. Located in a comparable position on the hand are SI2 on the ulnar aspect and LI2 on the radial aspect. Needling, vertically 0.3, 0.5 June. Caution, painful point. Actions, indications, clears the head, descends the lung and stomach chi, comes the shen. Special features, Ying-Spring point, water point, bend point, 5-phase point. Like all the spring points, bladder 66 clears heat and is particularly useful to clear bladder heat in acute cases of cystitis, as it is the more dynamic and powerful than other bladder points in its clearing heat action. It also clears heat from the bladder channel, especially in relation to the eyes and nose. Bladder 66 can stimulate the rising of clear chi to the head to dispel dampness in the head that is causing a feeling of heaviness and mussiness of the head. Clears heat, difficult urination, burning pain on urination, scanty dark urine, redness of eyes, nosebleed. It also promotes the rising of clear chi to the head, feeling of heaviness of the head, dizziness. Bladder 66 is the water point of the bladder water channel. Like all the distal points of the bladder channel, its principal action is to clear pathologically ascending chi and yang from the head. This was emphasized in spiritual pivot, which states when chaotic chi is in the head, select bladder 10 and bladder 11. If needling this fails to work, select the spring and string points of the foot tai yang. That is the bladder 65 and bladder 66. If chaotic chi affects not only the head, but also impairs the descending function of the lungs and stomach, the consequent rebellion of chi will give rise to coughing, dyspnea, fullness of the chest, and vomiting. As the water point on a water meridian, Zutonggu captures the essence of water and can be used when there is fear, lack of will, or sore joints, as well as to calm and reassure the spirit of water that will endure. Used as a horary point, you can gain maximum effect when reserves and the quality of water needs to be called upon. The constant vigilance of the bladder official, especially when out of balance and prone to agitation, dread, or exaggeration, can be exhausting for body, mind, and spirit. Penetrating valley promises the quite forceful calm of the bladder official, taking a moment of repose and refreshment before continuing its journey. Kidney 10 in Bali shares a similar quality. Balis have a protected feel, and the way it's already formed, so excessive effort is not required. When the chi has become chaotic, it may become rebellious, This point sinks the chi to restore the correct movement of chi in the body. Here, the dynamic warrior aspect of water can ease into a more yin, quite contemplative mode. It deeply refreshes, soothes, and cleanses the spirit of the bladder. As a yin-spring point, it will clear heat from the bladder. This effect is enhanced as the water point on a water meridian. As a Ying-Spring point, it is a dynamic point that will move chi through the meridian and clear obstructions, ease painful joints, and clear heat from the skin. Used in the early stages of wind heat with fever, stiff neck, and headache. Clears heat and yang from the head, removes obstruction from the meridian, eliminates wind. Water point, horary point, which is 3 to 5 p.m., seasonal horary point, winter Ying-Spring, antique spring point. As the water point, it shakes up and invigorates the bladder official. Consider for fear of the unknown, blurred vision, or where the way forward is not clear. Refreshes the mind and spirit. Consider when a person is rigid with fear, has stiff joints, and unable to flow. Useful for reaching to the deeper level of the patient. Calms, reassures, and captures the essence of the water official. This point can help clear obstruction within a person as they progress via the protection of this valley on their onward journey in life.